Democratic Representative Robert Garcia, who happens to be the ranking Democrat on the House Oversight Committee, said this week that people like Todd Blanche and other administration officials need to be prepared to receive subpoenas on day one of the new Congress being sworn in next January. That, of course, is assuming the Democrats retake the House of Representatives, which I think at this point is pretty much a foregone conclusion. So, Garcia says, we're launching investigations. And by the way, we will be investigating pretty much everything. The first thing Garcia said, and this is one of the things he wants to subpoena both Todd Blanche and J.D. Vance over, are the Epstein files. He wants to understand why Todd Blanche has, of course, repeatedly lied about releasing all the files when we know for a fact there are still literally millions that the DOJ is holding on to that they have not released. And he wants to ask J.D. Vance about that Situation Room meeting that was recently revealed that the administration had last year to discuss how to handle the issue of the Epstein files. Now, the Situation Room is typically not used for things like, bad press. It's used for things like the raid that took out Osama bin Laden. Life-changing, earth-shattering things happen in the Situation Room. And for Donald Trump, releasing all of the Epstein files would have been one of those things. But J.D. Vance was there, and he has some questions from Robert Garcia that desperately will need to be answered. But Garcia continued. He said it would be crucial to investigate bank records related to Epstein, as well as financial documents and other paperwork from the convicted sex offender's estate. He also said that the Trump family corruption will be a major focus of any potential investigations pushed by a potentially Democrat-led House Oversight Committee in the future. He cited concerns over the Trump family cryptocurrency venture World Liberty Financial, government contracts awarded to close allies, and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner's investment fund, backed by Middle Eastern sovereign wealth. Those things have to be investigated because it is pure government corruption, Garcia said. And he's absolutely right. We are at the point now where we are close enough to the midterms, and I think the polls are kind of solid enough to where the Democrats can start talking about things like this. Now, when I say talk about things like this, I mean when they're doing interviews, when they're talking to the press. Yeah, talk about it because the public needs to hear it. But when you're campaigning, I don't want to hear a word about it. Neither do the voters, okay? And I hope the Democrats understand the difference between those two things. The American public wants to know that you are going to help them with their dire financial situations. The economy is the number one issue. Multiple polls have come out recently, not just showing that the economy is number one, they all do show that, but they also show that voters actually do not care about the transgender issue that Republicans are trying to make the big issue. So Republicans are losing on that. So don't get sucked into it because voters already don't care. Foreign policy, yeah, they're upset about it, but it doesn't move the needle on how they vote. Okay? Everything outside of the economy is a distraction for voters. That's how they view it. So that is the only thing you need to talk about in your campaigns, in your ads, all of that. They know Trump is corrupt. You don't need to run an ad and spend millions of dollars saying Donald Trump is corrupt. Let's do something about it. They know. And they do want you to do something about it. But most importantly, they would actually let the corruption go if you could fix their financial situation first. Because that's what matters the most to them. So I'm glad Garcia is talking about this in interviews because that is where it needs to be talked about. But when the Democrats go and talk to their voters, stick to the economy and only the economy. Leave the Trump attacks to the media. talk to voters about what matters most to them. Do that, and November is going to be so much better than any of us are even expecting it to be. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.